Live for God Studio Productions.
This is Cooking with Brian, a cooking show with food that actually tastes great.
Hi friends, welcome to Cooking with Brian. Today we're going to fix homemade strombolis. And here's how you make it. Okay friends, first thing you need is 3 cans of whole peeled tomatoes. You want to go ahead and drain them. Then you want to take a blender and dump 1 can in at a time in your blender. Okay friends, and you want to go ahead and dump it in a pan. Do that with all 3 cans. Okay, and you want to go ahead and throw your sauce on the stove. Your disclaimers for today: if you burn yourself, cut yourself, or others, if you burn or cut anybody at all, it's your fault. You take full responsibility. If you hurt yourself or anybody else, make anybody mad at you, and they hurt you, it's your fault. You take full responsibility. Okay, oregano leaves. About 10 dashes of oregano. Eight dashes of basil. 10 dashes of onion powder. 3 dashes of garlic powder. Okay, and then you want to turn the correct burner on and put it on about the 6 o'clock position until it starts bubbling. Then turn it down to about the 8:30 position. Cook it for at least 1 hour. Stirring occasionally. Okay friends, after your sauce is cooked for approximately 45 minutes, put about 5 dashes of salt in there and then respice it with about 3 dashes of garlic powder, about 6 dashes of onion powder, about 5 or 6 dashes of oregano, and about 5 or 6 dashes of basil. Give it a good stir and cook it about another 15 minutes. So at least an hour or so. You want to respice it about 15 minutes before you get done cooking it. Now this is pizza sauce, but it can also be a marinara sauce for some noodles or something. You fix it basically the same way. You notice as you cook the sauce, it'll go from being light red to like a dark red. After about an hour, it'll be kind of a dark red. You see it's starting to get kind of dark looking. And that's how you know it's good sauce, when it gets dark red. Okay friends, then you want to get you a cookie sheet. And you want to go ahead and spray it with a no-stick spray. Put it off to the side. Okay friends, then you want to get some flour, some all-purpose flour, and don't make a mess like Brian just did. You want 2 cups of all-purpose flour. If you make a mess and your spouse executes you, it's your fault. You take full responsibility for making messes, because you're not supposed to make any messes. Make sure you clean all your dishes too. So I know my spouse told me that I have to clean this mess up. That's pretty close. Go ahead and dump that in your bowl. You'll need a large bowl. Okay friends, you'll need 1 packet of quick rise instant yeast. Go ahead and pour that in there. Okay friends, we're going to try to get rid of some of the blandness of the dough. We're going to put some salt in there, about 7 or 8 dashes of salt. And this helps to get rid of the blandness. Just put a little bit of sugar. There's maybe about a teaspoon of sugar in there. That'll take the blandness out of the dough. And this will give it a good flavor. Take you some garlic powder. And just put a couple dashes in there. Then take you a fork and make sure you stir it all really good. Gotta mix all the yeast and stuff all in there. Okay friends, and you want to take 1 cup of water. Go ahead and dump it in there. Take your fork and just quickly stir it all up. You don't even have to touch it with your hands. You don't want to touch it with your hands. Stir it all around. If you had one of those professional mixers, you could do it in that and it would come out even better. Okay friends, then you want to take your dough and just stick it out here on your cookie sheet. Okay friends, then you want to get you a rolling pin. This is a mini rolling pin. This is what I like to use. And then take your no stick spray and go ahead and spray that so that your dough doesn't stick to the roller, because it will. And then roll this out. You want to roll it into like a rectangle shape. And you want it to be pretty thin. You want to make it about as thin as you can get it. It ain't going to be perfectly shaped unless you want it to be. Alright, it's starting to stick, so that's probably good enough for now. Okay friends, the next thing you need is you need a cup of coffee. This is like, I don't know, what is it, around midnight or something like that. So you gotta have coffee for energy. Okay friends, Stromboli is basically a turnover. It's an American-made food, and you can put whatever you want to in there. You can put all kinds of cheeses, you can put deli meats, you can put vegetables in there. It's up to you what all you want in yours. Today I'm just going to make a traditional pepperoni and mozzarella cheese stromboli. It's really good with Italian sausage. You could put some ham in there. You could put some bacon in there. You can put whatever you want in there. Salami, you know, some good old Genoa or hard salami would be great in there. Of course, pepperoni, which we're going to use. You could put whatever all kinds of cheeses you want to in there. You could put some black olives in there, would be great, but I don't have any to put in there, so we're going to just use pepperoni and sausage. Okay friends, we're now going to preheat our oven, and we're going to put it on 425 degrees. Okay friends, this dough is enough to make about 2 strombolis. So you want to nice and easily cut this. You don't want to cut clear into your pan, or your pan won't last very long. So we're going to kind of cut this in half carefully without scratching the surface of our pan. Okay, whatever you do friends, do not put the sauce down first, because you don't want any sauce in that dough or it will not cook properly. So you want to make an imaginary area in the middle, taking approximately 1/3 of the room across there, and we're going to make a barrier which should keep the sauce from getting to the dough. You can put as much as you want in here, it don't matter. We're making ours pretty hefty. Now I will say that it could be quite messy with all the greases and stuff, but that's fine. Okay friends, then you want to take your sauce and put a little bit of sauce in there. You don't want to go too overboard because you want to make sure that the dough cooks good. You're just giving it enough for some flavor is all you're doing. Then take you some mozzarella cheese. Put it on there kind of heavy. That'll cover up your sauce and keep it from messing your dough up. Never get too much cheese, they say. Okay, friends, and get you a spatula. Come over here, and you might have to pick at it a little bit. In fact, you might have to use a knife or something to get under here pretty decent. And you want to get up under there and fold that up over on both sides. You really want it to kind of blend over top to where it connects together. Maybe smooth it out a little bit. Then repeat the process for your other stromboli. Okay, and it's not a stromboli unless it has like a slit. So you may have to use two knives. Just take two knives and kind of split it apart just a little bit. You ain't gonna do much, and that gives it like a little peek hole. Now it's a stromboli after you cook it. Okay, friends, it should look something like this. Now as you cook it, it may blend in together in the middle, so you may have to recut that apart. But you really have two strombolis there. Okay, you'll have plenty of sauce left, so you want to put it in a Rubbermaid container or some sort of Tupperware, and whatever you don't use, because you can make more of these. You can make as many as you want just using the same way of doing it. 2 cups of flour and 1 cup of water and all your things you put in there. You can make as many as you want, and whatever sauce you have left, freeze it and save it for later, because you can always use it on some noodles later, or you can save it to make more pizzas, you know, weeks down the line even. It's fine. Okay, friends, go ahead and throw it in the oven for 20 minutes. Okay, go ahead and take it out of the oven and set it on the heating pad. Now go ahead and try to cut this in half where it was already cut. Nice and golden brown on the bottom. There you go. Let it cool for at least 5 or 10 minutes, and then it'll be ready to eat. There you go, friends. Okay, friends, and that's how you make homemade strombolis. Hope that's a blessing to you. We'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.